For our final title block, we are going to create a section view, and within the title block we are going to have a hybrid of many views: section view, 3D view, elevation views, and the floor plan. So let's first make a section view. I'm going to go to the floor plan, and then I'm going to come up here to view, choose section, and I have a little crosshair on my mouse. All I'm going to do is make my mouse be right on the outside of the wall right here. I'm going to click, go in at 90 degrees, just a little ways, not quite as far as where this wall is, and click again, and now I have a section view. The section view is right here under Sections, Building Section. So I'm going to open up Section 1, and there's my section view. If you're not seeing the view enough, you can always grab these little dots and pull it out, so now I can see the whole roof. And this floor right here, the grass, I'm going to right click it and just hide it in the view because I don't really want to see the grass. I just want to see the building itself. And I'm also going to make sure that I'm on fine detail. Hidden line is fine. Okay, under the Annotate tab, there's Insulation. This is for keeping heat from escaping the building. So I'm going to click Insulation. Right now the width is 3.5 inches, which is perfect for our wall. So I'm going to come up here to the center of the wall, and you'll actually see a little midpoint triangle show up when you're in the center of the wall. So I'm going to make sure that's showing up. I'm going to click and bring my mouse down to the very bottom of the wall and click again. And I'm also going to add insulation to the roof, but the roof is going to have thicker insulation. So let's do 5.5 inches for the roof. Again, I'm going to make sure that I'm in the center of the roof. I'm going to come up at an angle until I'm just out of view here, and now I've added insulation to both. So I'm going to hit Escape twice on my keyboard to get out of the insulation placer. And now I'm going to label the different layers of my roof and wall. So in order to do this, I have to go to Text, and then I'm going to use this 2 segments text. So I'm going to click 2 segments text, and I'm going to first label the insulation. So I'm going to put my crosshair right in the middle of the insulation. I'm going to click, come out at a little less than a 45-degree angle. I'm going to click again and bring my line and segment out and click. And here I'm going to type bat insulation. Then I'm just going to click somewhere else, and now I have my labeled bat insulation. The next is we have 2x8 rafters in our roof. So I'm going to click inside the bat insulation again because this is within the insulation itself. I'm going to come out at pretty much the same angle as I did before, and I'm going to come this way, click once more, and I'm going to type 2 space x 8 rafters at 24 inches. Okay. Next, plywood sheathing, which is this really small layer right here. So I'm going to click right on that line, click, and I'm actually going to scroll out while I'm in the middle of this operation. This is 1/2 inch plywood sheathing. And then the final layer is our asphalt shingles, which are the very, very top layer of our roof. Okay, so we've now labeled all the sections of our roof. Now let's do the wall. So I'm going to come into the insulation here and click, come out at roughly the same angle, come out. This is bad insulation again. The next one is going to be our gypsum wallboard at 1/2 inch, and that's going to be the furthest layer out, or in, if you will. This is our layer that's on the inside of the wall. Gypsum at 1/2 inch, so 1/2 inch gypsum wallboard. The next layer is our cedar siding, and that's the very outside material right here on the edge. And then we have 1/2 inch plywood sheathing, which is the next layer in. That's this one right here. We've got 2x4 studs at 24 inches. Those are inside the insulation layer area because they're actually, the stud layers are not a full layer. They're basically, studs are going to be cross members that are about 14 inches apart within the wall. So I'm going to go inside the insulation here again, come out. So this is 2x4 studs at 24 inches. And then finally, this is going to have a concrete foundation. So within here, we'll have concrete slab. So now our section view has been properly labeled. Let's go ahead and create a title block for this. So I'm going to right click Sheets and go to New Sheet. I'm going to choose B11x17 horizontal. Again, you can load it in the title blocks folder. I'm not going to go in it this time though. Okay, all of this should be the same. This one is going to be called Section View. Same date, author is me. Checked by Mr. Curtis. So I'm going to grab my section view, pull it onto the screen. It's quite large, but not too large. It's actually about the size that I want it to be. But I don't want the labels to go off of the page. The first thing I'm going to do with this view is select it, and I'm going to arrow it over to as close to the edge of the page as I can get, bring it up a little bit, and then I'm going to right click and activate the view, and I'm going to click on these borders here and just pull them so that they're on the sheet. And then I'm going to right click and deactivate the view. And I also need to move this section 1 label right below the section here. And I'm going to click the view and grab this blue dot and pull the line in so that it's not going off the page. And then this is a good size. The next thing I'm going to do is come over to my floor plan. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to duplicate the view. So this is the copy of floor plan right here. And my other floor plan is here. My copy of floor plan is here. But I want to make sure that it is annotated again. So I'm going to make sure that I go to aligned and do the dimensioning again. And I'm going to scroll back down to my sheets and go to my section view, and I'm going to get the copy of floor and bring it on. There's my floor plan. I am going to have to activate the view and turn the scale down. So right now it's at 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. So 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. I want to scale this down maybe to 1/4. That looks pretty good. I'm going to deactivate the view, and I'm going to move the view onto my screen here. This actually is a little bit too large, so I'm actually going to activate the view again, and I'm going to go to 3/16 equals 1 foot, deactivate it, and I'm going to place this on the top left corner of my page and arrow it into place, just like that. I'm going to click the label here and pull it up so it's right underneath the view. I'm going to move my screen over a little bit. This is very large. I'm going to click the view and I'm going to move this in. Oops. Like that. Okay, and I also want the east and south views. So I'm going to right click these and duplicate them also. So there's a copy of east, duplicate south. Okay, go back to my schedules, or sorry, my sheets for section view, and I want the east view, which is right there. I'm going to right click and activate the view, and I'm going to turn off the category of trees, and I'm also going to hide this particular floor, so just elements for this one. And I'm going to scale this down, so let's try 3/16. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take my roof line and pull it in. As close as possible. Whoops. Okay. Deactivate the view and move it so that it's right underneath the floor plan here. I'm going to shrink down this line. I'm going to select nothing, and I'm going to, actually I just selected this view because it's gigantic, so I'm going to select nothing and then grab this label and put it underneath, and then I want the south view as well. I'm just going to put it down here for now. Activate the view, turn the visibility off for all of the plants, hide and view the floor here, and I'm going to hide my little person as well. I'm going to click on my roof line and pull it in, same as before. My floor line as well. And I'm going to click the lines over here. And pull these in. And I also want to make this 3/16 so that it'll fit. Right click, deactivate the view. I'm going to click here and move my label right underneath. And I'm going to click this view and pull the label line in. And I'm going to drag this into place right here. So this one, if I right click it and go to activate view, I made 3/16 equals 1. This one also 3/16 equals 1. Very good. So they are the same. The last thing we're going to place is a 3D view right here in the corner. But before we do so, I want to show you how to make this floor plan not take up so much space. When you click on it, you see that it's taking up this entire area. If we right click on it and activate the view, I can actually grab these elevation markers and move them closer to the actual view. And then when I deactivate the view, now the view is only this large. So that is just a way that you can make it so that your view isn't taking up so much space as far as selecting it. So let's go ahead and add a 3D view. And I'm going to go to my 3D views. If they're not already expanded, you can hit the little plus sign to expand them. And I'm just going to add the normal 3D view, the default one right here. I'm going to drag it onto my screen. I'm first going to click it off the title block. And I want to do a couple of things to this. I'm going to right click and activate the view. I'm going to select the floor where the grass is, and I'm going to hide in view elements. I'm going to right click the tree, and I'm going to hide that in view category so all the trees go away. And I'm just going to hide the person as well. Now I'm going to right click and deactivate the view. I'm going to move my title or the 3D view right below my view here, and then I'm going to select the view and pull the line in. And now I'm going to move the 3D view into place just like that. Now this view right here is kind of in the way, so I'm going to activate this view one more time, and I'm going to move these guys out of the way, actually off the page. And I'm going to right click and deactivate the view, and now they're not interfering with anything. On second thought, I'm actually going to move these points off of the screen completely, so I'm going to right click and activate this view. And I'm actually going to pull these off the screen, or not off the screen, but off the page, so that I don't see them on my final title block. That's good. Deactivate the view. So this is our final title block, and it's all created. Go ahead and save your project, and then go up to File, and we're going to print as a PDF. And this time we're going to name it Section Views. Okay. And I want to save it to Documents. Actually, you're going to save it to your H drive.